A confident and well-dressed group of 76ers making their way to the locker room earlier on, looking for success on their home court. Ah, that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours, but it's off the court where he says he's been on a search, pushing my limits, the flow of life, the people I meet, the environment I want to live in. All that stuff fulfills me more than anything. Kevin, the game of basketball opens so many doors for him to search.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. We got a lot of talent in the front court tonight between these two teams, Doris. That's where a lot of the focus for us will be.
We will have an opportunity to see offense being run through the low post. So the interior defense is going to have to be strong. Will you send an extra defender? Where will that defender come from? There's a lot to play out here tonight, Kevin. So
the next starting five. We've got Harden. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Brown in at the three, the small forward. And for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Ben Simmons is out there with Shake Milton. And it's Green in at the three. Now here's Milton. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Irving passes to Harden. Over Simmons. Milton grabs the board. Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Irving. The offensive rebound, Harris. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And the first one drops.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And so Durant nails them both. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Irving. 76ers getting the bucket. Here's Harden. It's deflected. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Drills the three-pointer. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Yeah, just an amazing game when they met them last time out. Talk about a photo.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game. At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Really an underrated part of Embiid's game. Excellent as a foul shooter for a 7-footer, so you just can't hack away at it.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Portis is checked in. And Embiid drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
To the middle. Here's Griffin. It's over Embiid, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Embiid.
Still, Griffin has insane hops. Close in, can sky over others, helps him to draw fouls.
The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first free throw is good.
A tenacious forward with high energy. It's clear that Griffin is still capable of throwing down a double-double.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Korkmaz checked in for Embiid. Maxey comes in for Green, and it's Hill in for Simmons. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jordan's checked in. Blake Griffin hits them both. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. 1:14 left to play in the first. Here's Hill. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
But George Hill mixes speed so well, so good at getting into the paint and finishing at the rim.
Last outing for the Nets. They won that game against the Jazz. Irving passes to Jordan, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. You look at the Nets, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course the 76ers, a game behind.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Oh, no question. And we're deep enough into the season to know, hey, this hasn't happened by accident. They are genuine contenders here.
Korkmaz passes to Harris. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Nets. Batum comes in for James Harden. Pass to Green. It's hauled in by Harris. Here's Korkmaz, defended by Batum. Count that bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, leading by just 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about others setting him up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, playing off the ball is something that I'm comfortable doing. Like I'm able to catch and shoot. I'm able to play off, on the wings.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big game.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Hey guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Green is out there with Batum. Then there's Brown. And it's Irving at the point. Outside, Green. And it's Green slamming it down.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Bounce pass from Hill. Batum with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Irving. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
The 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Ben Simmons comes in for Tobias Harris. Green, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And it's Shake Milton in for Maxey. The Nets also changing it up. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Johnson comes in for Nicholas Batum. And James Harden subbed in for Brown. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Joel Embiid. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Johnson outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Simmons. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
And I've always appreciated the unselfish nature of George Hill. He always has his eyes surveying the floor.
Pass to Durant. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Hill passes to Embiid. They now take the lead. Embiid's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Outside, Green. Pass to Harden. Back to Green. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Shots good by Simmons.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Harden the pass to Durant. He dishes it to Green. Back to KD. Great tee that time from Green. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Green taking his time here with 1 on the clock.
Well, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Good battle going on tonight. What has been the approach?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
We'll see if he can keep it going in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. Just in terms of the second quarter, they were the better team, but there wasn't a big difference between them. And from what we saw so far from the 76ers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
It's been an aggressive approach from them at the offensive end. Getting the ball inside and getting as many points as possible close to the rim. So far, so good. They have a nice edge in the points in the paint.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will say Gary Payton. I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Shake Milton is out there with Simmons, and it's Green in at the small forward position. Inside, here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got 7.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight. Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And the pass to KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, the size and height of Kevin Durant makes him a prime threat to throw it down. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
And the 76ers call time here.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And the 76ers with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Green. Korkmaz comes in for Shake Milton. And Maxey subbed in for Ben Simmons. Then for the Nets, Jordan comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Batum in for Kyrie Irving. A nice shot by Harris.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Harden outside. 1:16 left in the third quarter. That shot is off.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Harris kicks to Korkmaz. Pass to Embiid. Over Harden. And the 76ers tack on two more.
And with an expanding skill set, Embiid is able to hit shots from all over the court.
Portis against Jordan. Back to Harden. Fires from deep. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Here's Embiid. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The 76ers shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Nets trail by 3. Brown outside. Here's Harden, and he lays it straight in. Harden's got 7 points.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Embiid, no good. Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And stolen by Jordan. Lobs it up for Jordan. Embiid with the steal. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Nets up 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Milton with it on the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Irving. Johnson is out there with Durant. And there's Green, and it's Brown in at the 2 guard. To the inside. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. The 76ers trail by 3. Hill deciding where to go with it. Over Irving. Hill, no good.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Good on the bucket.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Hill finds Milton. And then Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
Nets leading by 3. Irving dishes to Durant. Brown outside. And a miss there on the triple.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, we'd like to see him knock that one down.
Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his first 2 points of the night.
And with off-the-charts awareness, Simmons makes plays that others simply don't see.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're up by 1. A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. And the 76ers making a change here. Harris is checked in. Then for the Nets, Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And James Harden subbed in for Johnson. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Time and time again, Harris stepping up with plays to help his team. That guy is a gamer.
Griffin trying to get open, and the basket by Harden. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Milton's shot is good.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we've talked about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Durant, that's good.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 4. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Here's Simmons. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for two.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Release so quick, especially off the pass.
Here's Harris. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down. Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Portis, and Griffin sends it back. And so they foul intentionally. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And an intentional foul right there.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, MVP is already attached to Kevin Durant's name. But what I love, he continues to excel and improve.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
And that one's good. Green. 16 seconds left in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
James Harden taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 8. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
Here's Green. High post shot. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Shooting. Tyler Johnson. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I love the all-around game of Tyler Johnson. We know he can shoot it. We know he can pass it. But maybe my favorite thing is the guy is willing to rebound the ball from his position.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And here is Simmons. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. The shot's good.
And there is no back down in Joel Embiid. He is ready to rise to the occasion in the big moment.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Shooting. Kyrie Irving. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, Uncle Drew will go out there and do his thing, won't he? Kyrie Irving, an exceptional player. And in fact, if you ask other NBA players, he's one of their favorite to watch.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Curry looking around, over Irving, and not gonna go. He misses the first attempt on the night. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, a top-tier matchup. I wonder if you circled this one on the calendar.
Every game is like that for us, especially going forward. We understand what we're trying to accomplish. The little things matter in the big picture, so we want to just come out and just have a consistency on both ends of the floor.
Well, it showed up tonight, man. It was a big win, man. I appreciate your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.